Welcome back to another short sermon. I recently watched the House of David, the first season, right? And main thing you see in that is Goliath and how he's this massive giant. So I wanted to talk about who Goliath is, what are the Nephilim, uh, and other things like that. The first place we see them is in Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 through 4. And it says this: Then the people began to multiply on the earth, and daughters were born to them. The sons of God saw the beautiful women and took any they wanted as their wives. The Lord said, My spirit will not put up with uh, humans for such a long time, for their only mortal flesh. In the future, their normal lifespan will be no more than 120 years. In those days, and for some time after, giant Nephilim lived on the earth. For whenever the sons of God had intercourse with women, they gave birth to children who became heroes and famous warriors of ancient times. Another word for Nephilim is giant, right? So we see these giants, these heroes, these famous warriors of old or of ancient times, right? And it says in verse 4 that they lived in those times and for some time after. Later we see them in Numbers chapter 13. Moses sends the scouts out to spy on the promised land, and this is their report in Numbers chapter 13, verses 27 through 28. This was their report to Moses. We entered the land you sent us to explore, and it is indeed a bountiful country, a land flowing with milk and honey. Here is the kind of fruit it produces. But the people there are powerful, and their towns are large and fortified. We even saw giants, the descendants of Anak. So they saw giants, they saw the descendants of Anak. So who were these giants? Who were the descendants of Anak? Later we again see them in Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 10. A race of giants called the Ammonites once lived in the area of Ar, and they are strong and numerous, as tall as the Anakites, another race of giants. So all throughout Canaan, the land of Canaan, these Canaanites, they were doing things from the time of Noah. They were creating these giants. Right, again, when the angels, the sons of God, came down to earth and they saw the beautiful women and took them as their wives, they born unto them were the Nephilim, or giants, these giant things, these half-breeds, right? And one of the most famous Nephilim that we all know of is Goliath. We see him in 1 Samuel chapter 17. The Israelites and the Philistines, they're on each side, they're both on a hill with a valley in between. And in verse 4 it says this: Then Goliath, a Philistine champion from Gath, came out from the Philistine ranks to face the forces of Israel. He was over 9 feet tall, and he wore a bronze helmet and a bronze coat, which weighed 125 pounds. He also wore bronze leg armor, and he carried a bronze javelin on a soldier. The shaft of his spear was as heavy and as thick as a weaver's beam tipped with an iron spearhead that weighed 15 pounds. His armor bearer walked ahead of him, carrying a shield. Now, obviously, these measurements are translated into our English measurements, but of course, these aren't exact numbers, but we know it's around that area. Right, but he's over 9 feet tall. He's twice the size of a normal man, and it's because he isn't fully human. Right, this isn't just like LeBron. This isn't like these guys you see in the NBA and these different sports. No, these are half breeds. These aren't fully human. Right. it's not just a tall person. No, it's just some creature completely different, right? And it's something interesting. It's so cool to look into. It's so cool to look at, to learn more about it. It doesn't have much practical inputs. Obviously, what are you going to do with that information in your walk with the Lord? It's not really something to apply to our lives, but it is something very fun, very interesting to look into. And it's a topic I really enjoy. But that is all I have on that for today. Maybe if you want to learn more about the Nephilim or the Nephilim, more about giants and things of that nature, like this video, maybe I'll make a part two if enough people want to see it. But that's just the basics on what the Nephilim are, what giants are, who Goliath is, where he comes from. Right, but thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And remember to continue to fight the good fight. And I will see you all next time.